one more win to clinch this series. However, they have lost the last 6 games in which they've had an opportunity to clinch a postseason series.
Most of those were against the Yankees, though.
Yeah, and then last year,
Minnesota. But the Yankees are the ones that have really hurt them.
The last year, now, the Twins did win the last 2 games when Oakland had a chance to clinch it.
Right.
The Yankees won the last 3 games, and they're in the same spot as the Red Sox. That was the year that Derek Jeter made that play, helping them secure a 1-0 lead in the 3rd game and a 1-0 victory, as it turned out. And, of course, they lost the final game in 2000 to those same Yankees. 1-1 the count to Kevin Millar, and a foul that would go back out of play. Now, Millar was one of the guys who got the buzz cut, figuring maybe that would change the Red Sox luck. And a lot of guys followed suit. Not us, of course. Just the Red Sox guys. 1-2, Ted Lilly. And that is grabbed by Chavez, and he does not get him. A remarkable attempt there by Chavez. Base hit from Millar. Mason Varitek, the big catcher, takes a strike on a slider. Varitek, a switch hitter, and a better hitter from the right side this year. Hit .309 right-handed, and averaged a homer every 13.6 at bats right-handed.
It was interesting. Lilly had struck out 3 straight hitters going with the high fastball. He got 2 strikes on Millar and then threw him a curveball, and he hit a ground ball for a base hit.
There's a fastball to the inside to Varitek, and it's 0-2. So he got maybe a little too clever.
Yeah, I mean, he probably thought, well, they're looking for the high fastball. I'll throw in something else. But if you're successful with it, keep throwing it.
First baseman Hatterberg on the bag with Millar at first. 0-2. There's that high fastball again. No swing there.
Almost, though. He almost got him to go.
First base umpire Jerry Davis rules in favor of Varitek as the Athletics filed an appeal. The middle infielders, Tejada at short, Ellis at second, double play that. And back to the breaking ball. Foul. 1-2.
I think Lilly has established to the Red Sox that he has a good fastball tonight and that he's not afraid to throw it. And that just opens up all of his other pitches for him. You know, he hasn't thrown many change-ups, but he does have a curveball, slider, and the change. So, but now he can use any of those pitches because they have to look for a fastball. He has established he'll use it. Therefore, you have to look for the fastball and hit off of that.
1-2 the count. This one could be 2. Tejada boots it. He got ahead of himself and never picked it up. The Red Sox get a huge break. Kepler hit .291 during the season. Trot Nixon still has that calf problem. If a right-hander had been pitching, though, he likely would have been in there. Third ball to third. This could be 2. There's 1. Chavez to first. Now low throw, and that it is knocked away. Heading for third base is Varitek. He'll make it there. So the Athletics, after 2 sensational games defensively, are looking real ragged here. And they booted 2 consecutive double play balls.
Actually, I thought Chavez had a chance to go tag the bag and maybe retire Varitek at second base. Now watch, the ball's hitting near the bag. If he takes third and just throw to second, but he decides he wants to go the long way, and he throws it in the dirt. Scott Hatterberg does a good job of just blocking it and keeping it from him. Now watch, this takes him right to the bag. He takes his time, and he just doesn't get enough on the throw.
Looks like it hit the hip of the onrushing Kepler to bounce away into foul ground, enabling Varitek to move over to third base. So 2 errors by the Athletics here in the second inning. The Red Sox have runners at first and third. Now the 9th place hitter, Damian Jackson, who's getting the start, rather than Todd Walker. And you mentioned in our telecast Thursday from Oakland, Joe, that Grady Little had said he'd already decided before Game 2 that Jackson was going to play tonight rather than Walker. That's in there for a called strike.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the fact that Walker, had a couple of defensive lapses. you know, in the second game. He had already made up his mind.
Now, Jackson is not your prototypical Red Sox hitter, right? He's not a guy who's a threat to the wall or a threat to hit a long ball here. He's more of a little ball guy. Well, there's another opportunity here. And we went for the lead runner instead. Veritek, and Veritek is back. He was interfered with. He's going to be allowed to score. Interference on the base paths, obstruction, and Veritek comes in to score. Another Oakland defensive mistake. So 3 errors in the inning. That is an error charged to Chavez, who was guilty of the obstruction.
But it really wasn't his fault.
And now the batter is Damon. And then he changed up on him. It's 0-1.
Chavez was calling for the ball, and Hernandez didn't give it to him soon enough.
The Red Sox, who usually play some wall ball here, have hit 4 ground balls in the infield, 1 for an infield hit, and then 3 errors. Top fly to left. There is McMillan. And the Oakland outfielder has a better success ratio now than any of the infielders who've handled the ball in this inning. The games 1 and 2 in Oakland. The Red Sox committed 3 errors and could have been charged with more. And then tonight, Oakland with 3 errors in this inning. But the Red Sox, despite all of that, generosity by Oakland with only 1 run home. And here's Nomar. Garciaparra walked his first time. It started when Tejada booted the double play ball hit by Veritek. Then the wild throw and what should have been a double play made by Chavez. He got 1 man out in that play. And then the obstruction play. So here's Garciaparra. On the inside from Lilly, strike 1. I mean, Lilly, if he ends up allowing just 1 run in this inning, it would be pretty impressive, all things considered.
Well, one thing, John, all the errors are on the infield. They kept the ball on the infield, like the throw by Chavez. Hatterberg kept it from going down the right field line. So that's why they've only been able to score 1 run. Everything has happened right here on the infield.
And the hard slider. Quickly, 0-2 to Garciaparra. Red Sox have a run home, but they have had 6 batters come to the plate with runners in scoring position, and they are 0 for 6 in those at-bats so far tonight. They let a lot of great opportunities go by. And he jammed him with that breaking ball and a pop-up. Ellis, and the wind almost carried it away from him, but he held it. Only the 1 run despite 3 Oakland errors.